Remember that feeling? The suitcases smelling faintly of mothballs and hope. The kids vibrating in the back seat asking, "Are we there yet?" for the 100th time before you'd even left the driveway. That glorious, coffee-fueled belief that for 1 week, the usual rules were suspended. Laundry didn't exist. Your biggest decision was pool first or beach first. That was the magic. A magic that felt earned. Yeah, me too. These days, planning that escape feels less like an adventure and more like defusing a bomb while blindfolded, using instructions from a poorly translated manual. You're not just booking a vacation, you're entering a digital minefield where the prize is family harmony and the penalty is financial ruin and a lifetime of being the relative who blew Christmas. You'll be the cautionary tale at family gatherings for decades. Remember the year Uncle Steve booked us that villa that turned out to be a garden shed? Pass the potatoes. So let's talk about it. Let's pull back the curtain on the great holiday booking heist. This isn't about one family's misfortune. This is a systemic fleecing, a digital grift preying on our deepest desire for a little peace, a little joy, and a kitchen that isn't littered with the ghosts of breakfasts cast. It's October. The air is crisp, the pumpkin spice is flowing, and a quiet, familiar panic begins to set in. Christmas is coming. And for the designated planner of the family, often you, because you're the only one who knows how to work the spreadsheet, the hunt begins. You are Brenda, 58, a grandmother from Ohio. You are Bob, 52, a dad from Springfield who just wants a fireplace he doesn't have to haul logs for. You are Linda, 49, a mom who dreams of a view that isn't of your neighbor's stubbornly unmowed lawn. You fire up the laptop, the one with 17 tabs already open for school projects and grocery delivery. You put on your readers, the nice pair, not the cheaters you keep by the bed. You enter the holy, horrifying battlefield of the travel booking site. It's a landscape of endless scrolling, of filters that never quite filter, of prices that mysteriously jump $200 when you add a child. You remember the old ways, the brochures that came in the mail, thick as a phone book. You'd circle possibilities in pen. You'd actually speak to a travel agent named Carol who knew your preferences. You paid with a check you wrote carefully at the kitchen table. This new world is chaotic. It's loud. It feels, if we're being honest, a little untrustworthy. But then you see it. You filter for Christmas week, sleeps 8, has a working oven for the turkey, and there it is, glowing on the screen like a digital promised land. Enchanted Alpine Retreat, your storybook Christmas awaits. Let's just marvel at this listing for a second. The photos are so perfect, they hurt. There's a stone fireplace you could park a small car in, with stockings already hung. The Christmas tree is professionally decorated. No sad, half-dead tinsel from 1998 here. The kitchen isn't a kitchen. It's a chef's studio with copper pots hanging from a rack, gleaming in the soft light. In one photo, there's a plate of freshly baked cookies on the counter. Who baked those cookies? Were they part of the rental? These are the questions you don't ask because you're already picturing your own family in that scene. And the reviews. The reviews are a symphony of praise. Pure magic, gushes Susan from Texas. We've already rebooked for next year, writes the Miller family. The kids didn't even ask for their iPads. Now, that last one, that's the holy grail. That's the review that bypasses your brain and goes straight for your wallet. Susan from Texas feels like a friend. You trust her. She has a sensible haircut in her profile picture. The price is surprisingly reasonable. Not cheap, but good. Suspiciously good for peak season. That little voice, the one that survived Y2K and the housing bubble and the skinny jeans revival, pipes up. It says, this seems a bit off. But then the vacation brain counterargument kicks in. It's a sophisticated, persuasive inner monologue. Well, maybe it's a new listing. They need to build up reviews. Or maybe the owner is an elderly Swiss gentleman who doesn't understand market rates. It's a Christmas miracle. What you're not seeing is the meticulously crafted fiction behind the scenes. That cozy living room is a stock photo from a home decor catalog in Sweden. The spacious master bedroom is from a hotel in Banff. The breathtaking mountain view might even be a digitally altered screenshot from a Sound of Music DVD. Those glowing reviews? They were written by a piece of software or a person in a call center paid by the word. The language is just slightly odd. The domicile facilitated optimal familial cohesion and recreational merriment. Susan from Texas? She's as real as the free lunch. Your cursor hovers over the Book Now button. A tiny internal civil war breaks out. On one shoulder, the angel of sensible adulthood, wearing a cardigan and holding a printout of the Better Business Bureau website. On the other, the devil of festive desperation, wearing ugly Christmas sweater socks and holding a pina colada. The devil wins. You click. You enter your credit card details, the one you usually reserve for gas and online flower deliveries, and you feel that surge of pure, unadulterated triumph. You've done it. You've secured Christmas. The confirmation email pings into your inbox. It has confetti in the subject line. You forward it to the family group chat. There's a flurry of excited emojis. You buy the matching pajamas, the kind you swore you'd never be caught dead in, but suddenly find charming. Life is good. The countdown begins. Then, about 2 weeks before departure, the first email arrives. It's not from the booking platform, it's from the owner. Let's call him Jean-Paul. His email address is slightly wonky, vacationdreams73@freemailservice.biz, but the email itself is warm, effusive, and peppered with just enough detail to feel legitimate. Dear Brenda, it begins. We're so excited to host your family for the festive season. The chalet is being prepared for your arrival. However, we have encountered a small issue. Our booking platform is experiencing a technical glitch with security deposits. To ensure your reservation is fully confirmed and the keys are released, we kindly ask that you wire the €500 security deposit directly to our property manager's account. Details attached. We apologize for the inconvenience and will of course refund this to you in cash upon your arrival. Warmly, Jean-Paul. Attached might be a blurry photo of a hot tub with an out-of-order sign that looks like it was added in Microsoft Paint, or a screenshot of a fake error message. Now, the fully alert, uninvested version of you would see a dozen red flags here. But you are not that version. You are Brenda, who is already mentally packing the Christmas stockings. You are Bob, who just told his boss he's unreachable for a week. You are vested. The thought of untelling the family, of admitting a mistake, of going back to the booking hellscape to start over, it's too much. So you engage. You write back a carefully crafted email that tries to sound both polite and savvy. Dear Jean-Paul, thank you for your message. Sorry to hear about the hot tub. The kids will be disappointed. Is there any way to process this through the platform? Kind regards, Bob. The reply is instant and full of breezy, fraudulent charm. Dear Bob, thank you for your quick reply. Alas, the platform system is down for maintenance until after the new year. This is the only way. Many thanks for your understanding. The key code for the lockbox will be sent upon receipt. Best, Jean-Paul. You stare at the screen. That cold trickle of dread starts. It's not in your stomach, it's deeper. It's in your soul. It's the same feeling you got when you realized you just recorded over the wedding VHS with an episode of Seinfeld. A low-grade existential nausea. You check the original listing. It's still there. You check your bank account. You haven't sent the wire. Yet. This is the moment you escalate. You leave the cozy fiction of your email chain with Jean Paul and enter the stark, fluorescent lit reality of customer service. You find the help link on the booking site. It's buried at the bottom in 8-point font. You click Contact Host. No response. You click Call Customer Support. What follows is a special kind of modern torture. You are placed in a queue. The hold music is a tinny, meaty file version of Jingle Bell Rock that plays on a 45-second loop. A calm, robotic voice interrupts every 2 minutes to tell you, your call is important to us. The average wait time is 47 minutes. You sit on your couch, phone pressed to your ear, staring at the wall. You are living a metaphor for helplessness. After an eternity, a human voice. Hello, this is Priya. How can I help you? You spill the story, your voice tight with stress. Priya is sympathetic, but speaks in a scripted, corporate empathy. I understand your frustration, Mr. Wilson. That is concerning. She puts you on hold to consult with her team. The hold music returns. When she comes back, it's with a rehearsed deflection. We are a marketplace, sir. We facilitate connections. We recommend you continue to try to resolve this directly with the host. If you do not receive the keys, you can open a dispute within 24 hours of your check-in time. Check-in time. The phrase now feels like a threat. Fast forward to the day, December 23rd. You're in the car. The kids are hyped on travel snacks and anticipation. You pull up to the address, your GPS announcing you have arrived with unsettling cheerfulness. And there it is, the lot, the empty lot. Maybe there's a for sale sign dusted with snow, or you're at the correct building, but the apartment number doesn't exist, or the key code John Paul finally sent you, after you reluctantly sent that wire, doesn't work on any lockbox in sight. Silence fills the car. It's a heavy, expensive silence. Your spouse looks at you. The kids, sensing the seismic shift in parental mood, stopped fighting in the back seat. Daddy, is this the cabin? This is the moment of the heist. The money is gone. The dream is gone. All that's left is the cold reality, a disappointed family, and the grim logistics of what to do next. The unbreakable vault of a reputable booking platform has been picked clean, and your life savings for the holiday are gone. So how does this happen on such a massive scale? It's not one guy in a basement. It's an industry. Let's break down the scammer's playbook, because knowing how the magic trick works is the first step to not being the volunteer from the audience who gets sawed in half. 1. The phantom property. They create listings for places that don't exist, using stolen or stock photos. They use fake addresses or hijack the addresses of real, often vacant properties. 2. The clone and own. This is more insidious. They find a legitimate, popular listing, they copy the description, steal the photos, and create a duplicate listing on the same site or another, but at a 20-30% discount. The real owner is in Colorado, the scammer is in another country, collecting bookings for a home they have nothing to do with. 3. The bait and off-ramp. The initial booking fee goes through the platform. Then they use the problem email to lure you off platform. Once you're communicating via direct email and wiring money, you've left behind any shred of protection the platform might offer. They've off-ramped you from the highway of security onto the dirt road of direct theft. 4. The review illusion. They build fake credibility. Sometimes they buy stolen or fake user accounts with a history of reviews. Sometimes they use bots to generate glowing, generic praise. They understand that for us, reviews are the new word of mouth. They've weaponized our trust. 5. The pressure play. Only one left. Price jumps tonight. They create artificial scarcity, triggering the same panic that makes you buy the last roll of toilet paper before a snowstorm. A reasoned, careful decision is their enemy. A frantic click is their goal. The systems designed to stop them are often slow, automated, and easy to bypass. By the time a listing is flagged and removed, the scammer has taken dozens of deposits and vanished, only to reappear with a new name and the same photos next week. The immediate aftermath is a blur of frantic calls to the booking platform again, back to the hold music, to your credit card company to dispute the original charge, to the wire transfer company, a heartbreaking, usually futile call, to the local police in the area you were supposed to be in. They'll take a report over the phone, but the jurisdiction is a nightmare. Then comes the emotional toll. It's not just the money, though that's brutal. It's the embarrassment, the feeling of being a fool. You, a competent adult who manages a household, a budget, a career, have been utterly duped. You have to face your family, your friends. You have to utter the phrase, "I've been scammed." It feels infantilizing. But here's the crucial thing to remember. You are not stupid. You are trusting. There's a monumental difference. The scammer's entire job is to exploit that trust, to mimic legitimacy so perfectly that they bypass your critical thinking. They are professional manipulators. You were just a person trying to book a vacation. So how does this happen on such a massive scale? It's not one guy in a basement. It's an industry. Let's break down the scammer's playbook, because knowing how the magic trick works is the first step to not being the volunteer from the audience who gets sawed in half. 1. The phantom property. They create listings for places that don't exist, using stolen or stock photos. They use fake addresses or hijack the addresses of real, often vacant properties. 2. The clone and own. This is more insidious. They find a legitimate, popular listing, they copy the description, steal the photos, and create a duplicate listing on the same site or another, but at a 20–30% discount. The real owner is in Colorado, the scammer is in another country, collecting bookings for a home they have nothing to do with. 3. The bait and off-ramp. The initial booking fee goes through the platform. Then they use the problem email to lure you off platform. Once you're communicating via direct email and wiring money, you've left behind any shred of protection the platform might offer. They've off-ramped you from the highway of security onto the dirt road of direct theft. 4. The review illusion. They build fake credibility. Sometimes they buy stolen or fake user accounts with a history of reviews. Sometimes they use bots to generate glowing, generic praise. They understand that for us, reviews are the new word of mouth. They've weaponized our trust. 5. The pressure play. Only one left. Price jumps tonight. They create artificial scarcity, triggering the same panic that makes you buy the last roll of toilet paper before a snowstorm. A reasoned, careful decision is their enemy. A frantic click is their goal. The systems designed to stop them are often slow, automated, and easy to bypass. By the time a listing is flagged and removed, the scammer has taken dozens of deposits and vanished, only to reappear with a new name and the same photos next week. All right, we've wallowed. Now we get mad. Then we get smart. Here is your arsenal. Your personal anti-scam security system, built on the solid foundation of healthy cynicism. 1. The reverse image search. That perfect photo of the living room, don't just admire it. Right-click it, search image with Google. If that same room is also listed as a cabin in Montana, a villa in Tuscany, and an apartment in Tokyo, you've got your answer. This is your single most powerful weapon. 2. The Sherlock Holmes interrogation. Before you book, send a message to the host via the platform. Ask a specific question that can only answer if the place is real. Can you tell me if the king bed in the master is against the east or west wall? Is there a blender in the kitchen for smoothies? A scammer with stolen photos won't know. A real owner will. 3. The video call demand. If you're spending thousands, you have the right to a video tour. Ask for a quick live video call where they can walk you from the front door to the view. A real owner will usually oblige. A scammer will vanish. 4. Never, ever, ever go off platform. Treat any request to communicate via personal email, WhatsApp, or text before booking as a giant flashing neon sign that says scam. Treat any request to wire money, use Venmo, or pay with gift cards as someone trying to pick your pocket. Legitimate platforms handle payments for a reason. 5. The Skeptic's Guide to Reviews. Read the negative reviews first. If there are none, be suspicious. Read the positive reviews critically. Look for repeated phrases, generic language, and profiles that have only reviewed this one property. Real reviews are specific and often a little quirky. The shower pressure was amazing, but the neighbor's rooster woke us at 5 a.m. 6. Google Earth is your friend. Zoom in on the property's address. Does the building match the photos? Is there really a pool in the backyard, or is it a parking lot? Finally, book with a credit card. Always. Their fraud protection is far stronger than your debit cards. This is your financial backstop. Let's end with a story. Not about the scam, but about what happened after. The Wilson family, standing in that empty lot in Aspen, kids on the verge of tears, Bob feeling like a failure. What did they do? They got back in the car, in silence. Then Bob's wife, Sarah, pulled out her phone, the one with the cracked screen. "There's a roadside motel about 10 miles back," she said. "It has a pool and a pancake house next door." They went. The motel was fine. The pool was indoors and smelled strongly of chlorine. The walls were thin, but on Christmas morning, they ate pancakes at the Formica counter of the diner. The kids got chocolate chip. And they laughed. They laughed about the disaster. They laughed at their own matching pajamas, now worn in a Motel 6. The pressure for a perfect Pinterest Christmas had evaporated with their deposit. What was left was just them, together, making the best of a spectacular mess. So stay savvy, stay skeptical. Let your hard-won 40-plus years of cynicism be your guide. Question the perfect photo. Trust your gut when it whispers that something's off. Protect your peace and your wallet with the vigilance of someone who remembers when the internet wasn't a minefield. Because the ultimate scam would be letting them steal our spirit, our hope for a little joy. And we're too old, too tough, and have survived too much, from hairspray-induced ozone depletion to the mystery of the missing TV remote, to let that happen. Now, who's up for some eggnog? Just make sure you bought the carton yourself.